Good morning, afternoon, or evening to all of you connected today. Of course, according to where you are at in the world right now. And actually, I'd like to ask you to type in the chat, which is on my left screen here, the country where you are attending, basically. I just like, I'd like to know where our coming from all of our friends this morning here, at least. So India, well, let's see who are India. Oh, a lot of people from India. Oh, it's a really a good pleasure to host these, I would say, short hour, okay? Newcastle, UK, great, thank you. Oh, Be Blunt, ciao. Great, wow. It's one very exciting, very exciting. Romania, fantastic. Again, Be Blunt, India, wonderful. Wow, look at that. What an amazing group of people. I'm very glad, guys, to have you all here. Oh, India again. For this segment of retail, or the importance of retail today. Okay, so basically, as I used to do in all my education, I still seeing people typing. Wonderful. The group is growing. That's fantastic. I'm very excited. So again, thank you so much for taking the time to follow these class, which is of course related to business, which is related to retail, and what we do like to do. Okay, I'm going back to share the screen as we do in every class when we start. It's a kind of setting up ourselves in order to, I would say, succeed more in what it is the way we learn, and the way we can stay focused on what we have to share. Okay, so I'd like to start from our learning helps. Learning helps, what does it mean? It means simply that, of course, because we are in front of a screen, maybe you have a wide screen, maybe you have just a smartphone, or maybe a tablet, or maybe you do have all of that in front of you, as myself, for example. So what often happens, it is that we lose the focus quite easily. And so I just want to advise you a little bit of a suggestion. Okay, first of all, this is on behalf of the whole Davines and the whole Davines education team, we're sending to you a big virtual hug, guys. This is for us the first thing that we absolutely want to do. Make sure you do have with you your own personal drink. I do have my coffee, Italian coffee, which is espresso, short espresso, which it boosts my energy up. And then what else? Maybe you can get some paper and pen just beside of you, just to take some notes in case there is something that you want to, memorize and keep in your mind afterwards. Don't forget that you do, guys, have two way to reach us out during this moment, during this session. One is using the chat, which I will try to keep it focused, and also you all have the opportunity to raise your hand. So you can raise your hand if you want to talk. You can write a question in the chat. You can have a comment. I can allow you to talk. Absolutely, more than welcome if you want to share something. So feel absolutely free. Okay, so just to make sure that we will just make the test of these technologies, please try to raise your hand, virtual hand. Let's see how many people are reactive. Yes, I can see. All right, wonderful, perfect. Yeah, I can see them very, very well, very, very well. Thank you for your participation, guys, because this is one of the thing, right? So when, because I mean, in all of this time of lockdown, basically we spent the last almost 3 months in front of a screen, trying to create and putting together programs or be connected with our team or be connected with the rest of the world, watching, learning. So I would say the technologies and the social media are very active. So it's so easy to get distracted. Maybe you can simply put them, away from you in this moment, or just put it in the silent mode so you don't get, you don't get magnetized from other stuff. Now, what I want to do, it is last but not least, it is to again to have you participating as you are doing right now. Okay, basically, again, thank you so much. Okay. So today we're going to talk about retail, okay? And the reason why we want to talk about retail, it is basically some written in this slide that you can see on the screen now, which is basically, the end consumers are the ones that they have the power of purchasing, right, and to generate and generate incomes in our salons. Okay, so however, guys, because we will see that in a little bit. However, the point is that if we don't stimulate them in the right manner when they are visiting our salon, it is difficult for us to generate a cash flow. So what we want to talk about today, it's how, okay, let's say, overcome to all these barrier, or understanding the natural barrier that we have sometimes where we're not taking the advantage of the retail when we have people in our salon. And I want to start actually with something here in my, I'm going to write something here. Okay, so basically, hopefully you can see what I'm going to write. I guess so. Just give me a second here. All right. So I'm gonna write down some numbers here, which absolutely are, guys, are not meant to be universal. Okay. I need to make a premises here, because what I'm gonna do here, it is basically, I'm gonna use some numbers which are an average numbers for a hair salon here in Italy, a medium hair salon, nothing too low, nothing too high, composed by 3 people. Okay, 3 people staff. So I would say it's a small salon compared the salons I visited, for example, in India with our friends. Actually, I need to stop sharing the screen so you probably can see much better. Okay, yeah, I guess you can see much better now. So basically, we're talking about a hair salon, right? Hair salon, 3 people working. Okay, 3 people are working in this salon now. And again, guys, this is just an example, so don't take the numbers I'm going to share as low or written in the stone, because they are not. It is only an example to start to have a conversation about retail. Okay, now, These three people, they are producing basically in a year, okay, total turnover. Total turnover is basically, give me another color. It is basically 155,000 euro, okay? Which it could be high or low. I can tell you this is it is just enough to survive for three people working in a small salon. Okay, I would say not very, very basic number here. So in Italy, for example, I mean, other countries, they have different rules, or well, this is what they got at the end of the year, okay? But we do have taxes to pay on top, which is the VAT, okay? Not the taxes, I mean the VAT, okay? So which it is, so I'm going to take this number here. Okay, let me see if I can do, so I'm going to take this number here, 155, okay? But we need to take 22% away. Okay, 22% away from that number. These are taxes that we need to give to the government. So basically, what is remaining then, it is 127. Okay. Oh, let me use the same number, 127. I'm using, you know, simply putting the number clean. So 127, actually, well, it's fine, 127. Okay, now, from these 127, we do have a lot of cost to take them away, okay? So which are, for example, products, right? Products cost. Then we do have other cost. I mean, a hair salon has many costs, basically. I'm gonna probably sit down so I can stay without covering you. Then we have, for example, these are three, in between these three people, there is the owner also, okay? So the owner has a salary. And then we do have the other two people working, which they do have a salary too. And then what we do have, it's a rent. Okay, so these are the main, I would say not specific, but the main split of the cost of an hair salon. Okay, so right here in the other cost, basically we do have insurances, all the you know, the materials, all the tools, whatever. It's a big container of many different I would say items or items. Okay, so just just to make it simple. So here is the point. So basically these three people, they are producing without after tax, after the 22% of VAT, which is value added the tax, 127,000. All right. So which is an average of 42, 43,000 per people, per person. It is not that much. It's okay, but it's really at the surviving edge. Now, more or less what it is, the product cost in a case like this one, we can say that is around, let me check, yes, it's around 19,000, okay? Which it means that average per person purchasing in a year, it's 6,000, which is an average. It's a good average in Italy. I mean, it's more or less very realistic, I would say. Then we have 28,000 of other costs, right? Then we have the owner's salary, which is again another 28,000. Then we have the salaries of these two people, which are 34,000. Okay, and then we have the rent, which is not absolutely expensive, is 13,000, but this salon, it is a small salon. Okay, so in total here, if we do the sum, it's 122,000. Okay. So at the end of the year, we do have these, 122, 127. So basically the profit, everything paid, okay? Everything paid, even the salary of the owner. Everything paid, this salon is basically having a 5,000 euro profit, which is, honestly speaking, nothing, okay? But as I said, it is a quite realistic situation for a small salon, okay? I see a hand up. Jenny, is there any question? Did you raise the hand because you want to ask a question, or? I just want to make sure that I keep the chat or the Jenny, in case you want to talk, you know that you are allowed to talk by pressing the space bar on the lower keys of your keyboard. You keep it pressed and you can talk. As soon as you release it, you're in mute, okay? Because I seen a hand up, so I just want to make sure I'm not losing the track of you guys. I'm here for you, so I'm with you and for you. Okay, so now, just give me a shout in the chat if everything is clear up here. All right, thank you, Anna. Thank you, Roger. Oh, yes, okay, oh, wonderful, wonderful. Okay, so as I said, you don't need to take this number because, of course, you are living even in other countries, and some numbers, costs, or taxes are probably different. Okay, that's of course it is. But what we wanted here, it is only to open our eyes, taking an example, which is, I tell you, quite a reliable example, and then make some reflection on top of it. So if it would be you guys, having the risk of owning a salon. So basically you do have an activity and is owned by you. You have the risk of the ownership of the activity. Then you got employees to feed and to provide education. So you probably working much more than an employee. I mean, because you are your mind is busy even when the salon is closed. You know that you have all the, all the payments, all the stuff, so the responsibility is much higher, right? So basically, would you be happy at the end of the year to get 5,000 euro as a profit? I mean, I know that I got my salary every month, okay, but it's not a big salary. I mean, at the end, I mean, I got at the end of the year, the profit of the hair salon is 5,000, which is really has to be taxed on. So, which is basically is nothing. So, and I can definitely tell you that these hair salon these people, they are not working. They are working, but because the marginality on top of the service is getting reduced and reduced, because the cost of life, the cost of of everything is raising up. So basically, the marginality is getting less and less. Year by year it becomes more difficult. So now, the reason why I'm talking about this, we're talking about this, it is because it's clear here that these guys here, they don't have a good retail system in place. Because here is the point, how many people can you serve in a day, right? If they come in your salon, right? How many people can you serve if they do? I mean, I'm not saying people doing just the blow drying, because, okay, this is, let's say, if you just do the blow drying, probably you can do, I don't know, it depends how fast you are, it depends the type of service that you provide. Let's say that you can take, I mean, then it depends the length of the hair that you have. For example, here connected today, we have so many people from India. I've been there once and I still waiting to come back, guys, because I really enjoyed the tour. It was challenging. It's incredible place where you live, guys. So, but I'm saying what I've seen, it's a lot of people with long hair. So when you need to blow dry the hair, it's between the shampoo and the accommodation and so on, it's going to take an hour or almost an hour, right? So basically, so what's going to happen? How many clients do? You do maybe, I don't know, 8, 10 clients in a day, and I think it's a really good high number. But if you are also doing some colors or treatments and so on, then of course the time invested for each on top of each client is longer. And so, which means that at the end of the day, you can't do 10 clients. I mean, or you are extending the working time, and so you work, I don't know, 10 or 11 hours a day, which is, it might be possible. So I'm just seriously, there are some variables. However, it's still something that it has to be understood, because I mean, in this way, owning a salon, it's not a big deal. I would say, you know what, at the end of the day, or at the end of the month, you get a salary which is a little bit higher than a normal employee, and with a lot of risk, with all the entrepreneur risks, and not so much more to share. Right. So, and actually you are busy more than an employee. So at the end, I don't know what is making the difference. So what it is important that, and this is the point. So if we're talking about, let's say, how can we improve our this point? How can we get more I mean, generating more turnover, okay, but basically getting a bit more of end revenue, means, at the end of the year. So that is important to understand. I mean, we can't do more than what we do if we are physically booked, you know, vertically in the booking day. We can't do more than this, but we can generate more incomes with the same number of clients. Yes, that's definitely we can. Okay, so how to do it? Now I'm going back for a moment to share the screen, guys. Okay, just give me a second. Okay, share the screen, desktop number 2, share. All right, you should be able, all right, you should be able to see the screen now. And let me see also the chat. I want to make sure I keep the eyes on the chat. If there is any question coming, please, absolutely, I will be glad to answer if I can, if I do have the answer. All right, so now here is the point, guys. So basically what's going to happen, you know, after the horrible, terrible situation of the COVID-19, we need to think about that in our industry. And I have to say that I can't say for our friends from India, because what I've seen in India, I've seen literally salons like Blant, for example, which is connected with us today, and some other, which are actually there. I would not consider those small local business. I would consider those literally industries of hair dressing salons, you know, so absolutely incredible size of business and capacity. So congratulations, friends, there. However, I mean, I'm talking more generalistic. Our industry worldwide is made from local small business, individual entrepreneurs, or maybe sometimes, you know, few colleagues, they join together, they make a company, a small company. And our business, it is something which is based on, I mean, it works with the contact of the people in the salon. So it's true that we can do some e-commerce. And I mean, we do have examples of e-commerce, of hair salon that do have e-commerce and so on. I would say, which is they are working. It is a complementary service that they provide to their clients, but you probably can't rely only on that. And basically, clientele will buy the products if they know them. You know, basically, it's still in our hand to make sure that we stimulate our clientele when they are in our salon, and so they probably then get you know, they know what they buy even afterwards. So maybe instead of coming to pick up a product, they can buy it from our e-commerce. So that's absolutely fine and possible. Now, so if we think about the hair salon today, guys, a hair salon today, it is not anymore as the picture you see on the screen, right? So this is, in this case, we go back in time, and at that era, ladies were basically asking for the same look, for more or less the same product. So somehow we were literally mold them like in a like in a factory, right? Now we live in a different era. Clients want to choose the thing. We need to understand that in order to keep the clientele loyal, it is not, we need to maximize our services when we have the client in the salon with an added value offer, I would say. Today, clients, they do have many more choices than before. They know what they want. They know where to buy. They know where to get the things. And that is the point. That is why we need to provide them the opportunity to buy from us, or otherwise somebody else will do it for us. Okay, so if you think about the world transformation, times is changing so quickly, guys, which is the trends are seasonally changing, the way people shop and what they shop for constantly evolves. If you look at the music, for example, on the left top side of the screen, you see the vinyl discs. All right. Before, we could only buy records and listen to them on record player. Now we have a choice on how we buy and listen to music, right? The world of the music is completely transformed. We now have phones that we stream and download music as our main source for music. We basically used to live. I mean, probably some of you are basically following these conversation, this class, using the smartphone. We shop for our groceries. We can do it at the local shop or at the supermarket, or why not online? You can buy food online now. We can phone a delivery and you can get your food at home. We can pre-order and pick up. We can choose thousands of different types of products and brand. I mean, if you think about what Amazon did for, or other big company like Amazon did, is incredible, because everyone search for everything on top of these platforms. And they do have also choice of beauty, hair care products, makeup, skin care products. I mean, we do have an incredible competition, huge competition out there. So, so what does it mean for us? What does it mean for being an hairdresser? This, if we don't understand that word evolution, we're probably going to lose market share, and maybe it's going to happen anyway. But at least we can learn how to keep our clientele, breathe professionality when they are sat in our chair. So basically, guys, as is written here, we need to be more than just an hairdresser. I mean, there was a time where, being one of the best, hands in town means, fantastic, talented hair cutter or a fantastic colorist, it was enough. Now it is not anymore. What does it mean? That it means that we basically we need to have in our mind that, and don't take me wrong, guys, and not be offended. I know that connected here, there are super talented people in doing hair. What I'm saying is there are so many people outside that can do hair too. Okay, so what we need to do, it's not just around our daily column, booking appointment, just as an appointment system, but as a business, as a round business system, which is which means we need and we should be responsible for maximizing the appointment time to the full if we're a stylist or colorist. If we are assistant, we should also maximize the time we spend with the client. Whatever level we are, we need to ensure that the client feel that he or she, doesn't matter if he's a man or woman, it is in the hands of a professional expert who knows technically what they are doing, I'm saying, but also what they can recommend the best professional services for the individual client. So what does it mean here? I mean, let me share something which is you might be aware already of these guys. I mean, I'm not saying anything that is, but at least it might be a bit of recall of some thought or something that you already heard before. It's still valuable things in order to increase our business, to learn more, to get more out from our professionalism, let's say. So you guys probably know this rule, right? So because when we sell a product to our client, we also have we generate something which is the client retention rate. What does it mean, client retention rate? It means that if you sell a product to your client, and when I say sell a product, I'm saying only advising products that are really that they will really help the client when she's home. We are not selling just to sell. We are providing continuation of our professional service at home. So I would never try to push product just to sell, to reach objectives or targets, but I will always propose and talk about products that will make the clients happy when she's home. Okay, that is the first rule. But if we do that, okay, when the client she's using the product at home, there is going to be a reconnection with you. It's true that the product is not belongs to you because you are selling a product of a brand, but the person who's recommend the product, it's you guys. And if you are really making the client happy because the product works for her here, and you probably give them the right advice, she's going to be happy. And every time she's using the product, which is basically reconnect with you with satisfaction, right? Because when you buy something yourself, when you buy something, it can be a clothes, a t-shirt, a shoes, it doesn't matter, whatever you like to buy. When you buy something that you enjoy, when you use it, you are happy and you want to go back to where you buy it because you felt that they gave it to you the right balance between cost and quality of what you purchased, right? So that is what is keeping the loyalty to the with the client. So basically, if you sell to a client one product, I'm sorry, Samira, sorry guys, I see product problem of technical product. Try to reconnect, Samira. So basically, when you sell a product and the client she's happy of using that, you got 30% of client retention rate. But I can promise you that if you do sell 2 products, you can raise the client retention up to 60%. Okay, and I tell you, proportionally working even up if you sell to the client 3 products, you can get 90% of retail of retention rate. Which does it mean? Because and tell you, wait, you say, but how can I sell to the client three products. So very easily, guys, very, very easily. Maybe they don't buy it in the immediate time, but they buy one now. Yeah, and maybe the next time they buy another one. But basically, every single woman at home, they do have at least four hair care products. Okay, so don't be scared about, trying to recommend, a package and not only a single shampoo or whatever. No, a single shampoo is also a product, but I'm saying just a shampoo or just a conditioner and so on. Yeah, I can see from your comments here, Rajesh, recommend products only if it's needed, analyze the hair and scalp and recommend accordingly. Very, very well said. Absolutely agree. That is the best way to, I would say, to show our professionalism. We don't want to sell at any cost. We want to provide good recommendation and let the client decide if they want to buy. Okay, so now that being said, guys, here is something very interesting that I want to share with you. So if you think about, listen, guys, I got the privilege in my life and in my professional experience to travel quite a lot. I would say more or less worldwide. I've been visiting hair salon in really many areas of the world. Back in time in my career, I was doing a lot of in-salon consultation, and one of the things that especially when I was talking with assistant, young people, apprentice, and I was one of them before, so I really know what does it mean. I'm shy. I'm still shy. I get red skin very easily, because I'm an emotional person. Here is the point that I want to, the main point that I want to talk about today. And this is important that you write down this, guys. If you recommend, if you do a good, I would say a good analysis of the hair and the hair scalp, okay? So basically a good diagnosis. You talk with your client. You ask question about how the client, she feels the hair, okay? This is really important, guys. I want to make sure you listen. No matter is your level of experience now or in the salon working, doesn't matter. There is something that we need to understand. If we are doing that, means good diagnosis, we talk about, with the client, we talk about the hair, we ask question about how she feels or he feels the hair or the scalp, right? And then we provide only solutions, means, okay, listen, based on what you're saying, my advice, it would be to use this, and that. Today, we can do that in the salon. My recommendation for home, it would be this, and that, okay? Feel free to ask me more information about what I'm recommending, and I will definitely explain after the service how to use them and so on, giving to you some instruction of how to maximize this, to the usage of these products. And I tell you, if you try on every single client that, listen, guys, I'm gonna write it here, okay? I'm gonna write it here. Just give me a second. Okay, if you do this procedure, if you follow this procedure with every single client in your chair, look at this number. 56% of them, okay, 56% of them will say yes. This is a stats, guys. So just I'm going back to the screen, okay? I'm going back to share the screen. Just give me a second. Oh, where's my mouse? I lost my, uh-oh. Also my technology sometimes refusing. Hello? Okay, give me a second. Okay, got it. Share the screen again. Here we go, and share. You should be able. You should be able to. Okay, see the screen now. Now, so based on these stats, 56% they will say yes, guys. Let me tell you something. If you, every day you are, let's say, having, I would say, 6 or 7 people in your chair, which is not a huge number, okay? And you get 4 of them saying yes. And you sell an average of, and it's nothing. If I say an average of 1 product, which is nothing, I tell you, 1 product, because you, generally speaking, you don't sell 1 product. You probably sell more than 1, okay? If you sell 1 product every to each of these clients, means 4 product every day. And you're working 20 to 24, depends where you are. I know India is working 6 days a week. It depends, so it doesn't matter. You're basically selling, I would say, around 25 products in a month, which are not that much. I tell you, you do more because you never sell only 1 product. It's when you are following this procedure, you sell more than 1 product. So it's probably gonna be 40 or 50 products every single month personally, right? What is the average? What is the average cost? I mean, what is the average price of a product? I don't know, because this is changing country by country. But I'm saying if the average is 20 euro and you sold around 50 products in a month, right? So if you do 50 times 20, 50 times 20, it's 1,000 euro per month, per person, right? 1 person, 1,000 euro per month, which means 12,000 euro per month, per person. If we go back to these examples that I was saying before, guys, of a hair salon here, okay, which were 3 people. I know that you are now watching me in a small screen. So if we go back here, these 3 people, okay, these 3 people, they might do 12,000 each one of them in a year. So which means 36,000 more. So basically these is not anymore 155, but it becomes 100 and I would say 185, 191 without increasing the number of the clients, without increasing the effort that you, with your hand, you're basically using better what you already have in your chair. Okay, this is so much critical, guys. Today, even more. Today, even more. Okay, so I'm going back to share the screen. I guess you can see it now. It is true, because I was saying before, when I was consulting and talking with the employees, with the team, and many people, they were saying, oh, you know what, but I can't do it. I'm not a salesperson. It's not true, guys. We are all salesperson. The reality is it's only a mindset, okay? So we all do have fears, right? And the fears are written in this slide in front of you. We have fears to feel rejected. We have fears to feel pushy, you know, or to feel awkward because we are not enough prepared to talk with the clients about products in front of our peers and so on. So basically, guys, what I want to do today is boosting you, starting from, I mean, I don't know what time is now in India. It's probably almost, 6 o'clock or 5 o'clock. I don't remember the difference timing. Can you write what time is there? I mean, in India, but so we have somebody from 3:30. We also somebody from, I think, West Coast, right? Or I don't remember. We have somebody else from other countries. So yeah, anyway, so you still probably have time to go in the salon and working, or 11 a.m. Yes, thank you. So we have different time zone here connected, guys, but I can promise you that if you go back in your chair today and you simply talk in a professional way, you ask question about the hair, and you just simply say, listen, this is what I can do today for you, and this is what I would recommend for you at home. Okay, I will give you every single information and how to use it, and then I let you decide. Don't feel obligated to buy anything, but my added value to you, today is also providing you the best offer we can have to get your hair done in the best manner, even when I'm not with you. Okay, so this is absolutely something that it's important. And listen, guys, don't remember, because the clientele loved when you are taking care about them, right? Because they feel that you're really there for them. They value the benefit they're using the product in a correct way. And sometimes they buy things and they don't know how to use it. So basically they value absolutely what they buy if somebody is providing them some instruction. And basically, I can promise you they want to be advised. Absolutely. As I was saying before, it is, at least when a woman, she, I mean, a man maybe less, but not that less, because today they have the beard. I mean, they are using so much product too, in terms of hair care, let's say. But average, when a woman she does shampoo at home, at least she uses 4 products. So they need them. So the point is, would you be the person who sell the product in a proper manner and provide the right recommendation, or would you let the client buy from somebody else? That is really your choice, guys. I go back here because I can promise you, and you can, if you want, you can confirm buying tonight that this is realistic. If you try today, and at the end of the day, you're gonna make it, I would invite you guys, because I know you can do it. I would invite you to type on Facebook, tag me on Instagram, or whatever, and you can tell me, you know what, I made it. Because I know you can made it today, and tomorrow is going to be better and better and better and better. It's only a matter of being consistent. These are just, I mean, guys, our time is actually flying out, and I hope that what is I'm trying to share today with you, it is something that is relevant, and it is something that is interesting, or that motivates you, right? So here's the point, guys. When the clients, if the client is complaining about the service of an hairdresser, usually it because the hairdresser did the things that she didn't wanted, or because, oh, it's great. When I go there, I always come out with a fantastic look. However, when I'm home, I'm desperate. So, and how can we help the client to do not have this feeling? Simply in this way. Listen, guys, tell what you can do for them in the salon and what you can do for them when they're going home. Tell them what are the recommendations in terms of home care system, right? And then tell them what it is, what it does, how to use it, and what will do it for your client. So if you follow these, if you are following these, I promise you, you're gonna get your 56% out. Okay. So now, last and not least, guys, these are some reason of the fact that the client sometimes she say no. Okay. For example, we're not yet educated enough about the product, you know, the knowledge, PK, product knowledge. We might don't know how to use it properly, or not really in a wide manner. Maybe they don't receive a recommendation, or maybe they think they can get a better deal somewhere else. Or maybe somebody sometimes is talking about the product during the service, but when it's going to be the moment of paying, you know, when the client she's approaching to the cashier, the stylist doesn't follow up with saying, hey, listen, you know, I remember that I shared with you what would be my best recommendation for your hair. This is what I was talking about. I let you think about, and so on. Or maybe sometimes it's simply between one visit and another one, they simply pick somewhere else, or because there is not a system in place in our salon, as we mentioned today. So which means they buy products differently in different places, or they do have a lot of product at home already, which maybe they are not she's not so happy about them. So these are the reason why maybe clients, they say no. So I would say if we're acting in a professional way, there is no way to fail. There is no way to fail. Okay, nobody will be rejected. They might say no, but it's not they're rejecting the person. It's simply no, I'm not buying that today. She might buy in another time. Okay. So guys, I mean, literally, I want to, first of all, thank you so much for, you know, having taken the time away from your business today. I'm so honored to have so many people in this class today. Very, very honored. I hope to, basically, I hope to see you in your country, or you coming in the Domino's Village in Parma. If you, I mean, I'm here, I'm still here for a few minutes. If you want to ask me something, I feel free. You even allowed to talk. You know, I'd love to listen your voice if you want to. What else? I have to say, you know, as far on behalf of all the Naviness education team, we're really glad to having you here. Remember that we do have another class tomorrow. In case you want to join, tomorrow we're going to talk about new customer generation, and it's going to be at 4 p.m. Italian time, 4 p.m. Italian time. And just to advise you that every week, yes, Samira, I'm gonna put my email here on the chat. Sorry guys, I'm interrupting just a second. Let me type here. Oh, why is not working? Okay, wait a second. Okay, you can send me an email. Absolutely. My keyboard seems that it doesn't want to work, but I'm gonna write, wait, stay there, okay? I'm gonna write on the screen. I'm gonna write on the screen my email, like Ferri. There we go. I hope you can at davines.it, or you can send me a message on Facebook or on Instagram, and I will definitely help you out if I can, you know. So this is a really good for me. I really enjoy. If you guys are still, you know, you want to get some more, just feel free to write me at the f.ferri@davines.it. And oops, sorry. What's going on here? What's going on? Yeah, here we go. Okay, my keyboard still not working, so I can't type in the chat. But connect with me on Facebook, on Instagram, or by email f.ferri@davines.it. Again, I mean, every week we're going to have two sessions. So next week, I hope to see you again. If you did enjoy today, exactly. Yes, thank you, Jacopo, because my keyboard doesn't work anymore. I don't know what happened. So that's the email where you can reach me out. Absolutely, feel free and welcome. Once again, guys, thank you so much. I'm going to close this session, and very welcome to I'm waiting for you in the next session, maybe tomorrow or next week. Okay, ciao to everyone. Thank you so much. Ciao.